our next lesson. We've got Beta in the goat harness with some extra attachments to keep the ground driving lines higher on his back. And we only have 2 of us again today, so we don't have anybody to lead Beta. But if Tavis can get ground driving line control of Beta, he can take the lead off the halter. Remember, a while back we bought tack that was for goats. Now we're trying to make it work. Okay, and it's only Tavis and me today. And we are going to desensitize both of the boys to being touched with ropes or PVC or shafts on their back legs. They clearly need to be desensitized, and that will happen with repetition. Okay, now how is Beta handling all of this? Okay, we don't want him coming over here. He's upset, he's not sure. I don't blame him. They are not afraid to learn. They're just prey animals, and they're afraid when new things are supposed to be done by them. Even just keep yourself safe. Did he just try to spit at you?
I think so.
Yeah, you know, when they get upset, they spit. No big deal. He actually looks almost like he's ready to lead ground drive. If I had a third person to go and to go and encourage him to go forward, use your mouth, go like we do with horses. I think he'll do it. He wants to know what to do. He's not trying to fight us. He's just dealing with his concerns, and I don't blame him. He looks great, though, in that tack. If we had more people, which we don't right now due to an illness and an accident with an electric bike, we don't even have Alma, and Coco is being cared for by a friend of Alma's. Remember, we made this PVC simulator of cart shafts. When we can get a proper crew together, we'll have ground driving with our ground driving lines, not worrying about them touching their back legs, and we'll work on desensitizing them to that feel. And remember, we have all kinds of PVC arm extensions and so forth. If somebody were over there tapping Beta on the butt, I'm pretty sure Beta would go forward. But let's see if we can get him to understand to do it anyway. By the way, there's my little Lulu. She comes out the door to watch us from the backyard. I'm going to carefully walk closer. Our objective today, ultimately, if we can get there and the show isn't too long, is to then tie up Beta to that tie ring and start touching him on his back legs, the upper back legs. I sent to Tavis a few days ago a picture of a horse who was all hitched up to drive, and the reins, the drive lines, were on the ground right next to the horse's back legs. And that made me realize that we've got to desensitize these boys to that feeling. And when we do, if the ground driving line happens to touch them on the top of their back leg, I don't think they'll be worried. From a distance, you can see that Beta's going forward with his manufactured alpaca harness on that I've kind of put together from what I've purchased for goats and what I had for horses and cows all these decades. Because remember, I did train my horses and mini cows to pull a cart, each one of them. All right, let Beta kind of look around. They don't multi-process. I like it. I think we're making some progress, one small step at a time. If you can get him back to the tie ring, we'll tie him up with a slip knot using his halter lead rope, and then we'll let the ground driving lines kind of tap him on his back legs and see how he behaves. I'm gonna walk to see if I can, oh there, here he comes. Okay, let me get out of the way so he can come through. I can tell just by his body language he's not sure. But I also know by watching these boys each and every day and night that they are comfortable here. They're happy here. And they don't mind learning as long as they're not afraid. Okay, that's our tie tree. And I'm going to carefully walk over there, sit on this vegetable box where I keep hay flakes closer to the sheds and the feeders than my hay tough shed over there that's outside of the corrals. Very good. Very good. Now, yes. Now, if he pulls back, you'll be able to get that lead off, right? Okay, now let it kind of fall down onto his leg. Let's see what he says. Remember how upset Alpha was? Yes, yeah, you're right, okay. I actually want you to go down to almost the knee joint there and see what he says. Yes. I kind of think if that was Alpha instead of Beta, we'd be having some issues. Let's see what Beta says as we go further down towards the knee joint, if that's what you call it on an alpaca, I don't really know. Remember, I'm doing this training with what I've learned for decades when I worked with horses and cows. Okay, so something made him want to get away from that feeling, so he's rotated. He's thinking as much as an alpaca can think. He's noticing. Very good, very good. One tiny baby step at a time. We're saying don't worry if you feel something on your back leg. Even lower if you can, unless he all of a sudden gets completely spooked. Now he's moving him over. Good. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I always used to say that to my horses and my cows. Kind of handle him. That's right. And let it go down to his knee. Oh, okay. You see, now he's saying, what's that? Okay. We kind of found a place where maybe we just, with repetition, got to make him realize it's no big deal. But we don't want to quit on a bad note either, so we'll wait before we quit for him to behave correctly. Touch him higher up again like you were. He didn't seem to mind it high up, but you noticed when we got to that knee joint, he said, I got to kick that out of here. And that, I think, is what Alpha was saying too. Try to go a little lower again, closer to the knee joint. Let's see if he actually does kick. So far, so good. He's watching me. Okay, go back up. And the reason I said that is I wanted to stop on a good note. Try it again. If he starts realizing that something is going to touch him down there, I think he'll say no big deal. He won't maybe even notice it. Try to go back down again slowly and try to stop before he kicks out. And it's going to be very interesting in our next lesson to do this with Alpha. This very same thing. It's all right. It's all right. Okay, we kind of know the border here, what works and doesn't work. A little bit more, and we don't want to stop when he kicks out. We don't want to reward him for giving us the wrong answer. Yes, that's a good idea, one at a time. I'm very happy with our progress today. And remember, he's tied up to our tie ring. If he starts pulling back, we'll release the slip knot. Now he's getting kind of hung up in the tack. Okay. But he's not freaking out. Okay, I think we should just make this a short lesson. Take him back to his training area, untack him, and we'll video how we untack him. I don't know where Alpha is. Is he behind me?
Yeah, he's out there.
Oh, he's out there in the back pasture. Okay, my irrigation system irrigates my back pasture first thing in the morning, starting at 7 o'clock, and it's doing very well. And I'm carefully walking back on uneven ground that's covered with grasses and weeds that got too high again, but this time of year it's hard to find enough helpers around, especially in a bad economy when my passive income is being challenged. Okay, Beta knows he's back in his training area. He's kind of, I think, looking for Alpha. Oh, and here comes Alpha. I think Alpha's going to come check us out. But we'll see. He's looking this way. I think he's saying, oh, I wonder if my buddy is over there. I'm not sure how far ahead of their eyeballs they can see clearly. Now we'll watch the untacking. And he knows he's being untacked. And And Tavis knows if there's an issue to hold him on his neck. Okay, ground driving lines are coming off. Very good. He's being very good. He's getting an A so far. We had a few issues with that back leg, but that's exactly what we wanted to see and deal with today. And I do like this harness, and when we start working with both boys again at the same time, I might just buy another one of these, and we can make do with all of our other straps and butt ropes using other tack that I already have for horses, cows, and dogs. I see the red dot on my screen of my camera, so I'm pretty sure we're videoing properly. Yes, yes, be very gentle with them. No point in rushing. And he's being so good. I'm gonna walk over to this side and the sun will be at my back. Okay, and it kind of fell down and he got a little bit riled, but no big deal. Okay, and remember a long time ago, Beta was giving us trouble getting his halter off. Let's see how he behaves today. Shaking his ears a little bit. Okay, nothing like the problems we used to have. We have made quite a bit of progress with Beta, and we'll try to do the same thing at our next scheduled lesson with Alpha. Okay, Tavis? Okay, I think we're making progress. Beta's saying, can I get out now? I know if you open that panel, I'll be able to get out. And let's see what happened to Alpha. Oh, yep, Alpha did join us. He's right here, eating the grass that is growing here outside of our tiny training area. And Beta says, okay, I know what I get to do now. One ear forward, one ear back. I think he's a little bit confused because you're standing there. I'm almost positive if you back off, come toward me, he'll say, oh, yes, that's how I get out of here, right? Okay, and we don't have our helper here who puts the hose on. The boys have 3 different tubs here that they could go to, but today it's cool. It's amazingly cool, and according to the weather report, it'll be approximately like this for the next 2 or 3 days. So we'll have one more lesson with Alpha before it starts getting hot. And then when it starts getting hot, we'll ask the boys to go to school earlier in the morning. Are you okay on that plan? Okay, I'm turning the camera off now. Remember, soniasokolo@gmail.com, or make a comment on this video. And we have tens of videos already up on YouTube, and if you go to Urban Alpaca Girl Show, you'll be able to watch them in any order you choose. And like I said when I started this video today, I watched one of the older ones of the 2 boys, and it reminded me of things that I wanted to double check on today. And I am open to any questions you have and any comments you have. One comment I got a week or 2 ago was that my alpaca boys are darling, and I agree. Goodbye for now.